The fog machine is still here. My bad. Let me get rid of that. Mm. Um, there we go. There we go. There we go. Y'all, this is exciting. Um, doing something a little different tonight. And I think it could be really fun. But I don't know how this is going to work. So, we have a blank tarot deck. Completely blank. And we are going to work on making our own cards. Alright, so I have a few different art supplies. I don't know what is going to work best on these, so this is kind of a little bit of an experiment. It's kind of disappointing that this doesn't have the same ability, like texture. It's not the same material. Like, this is glossed, so I don't know that you'll be able to ever draw on that unless you use like some kind of acrylic or something like that. Posca pens. This though feels like it can take pretty much anything. We're gonna see how alcohol markers work on it. Not my go-to in art supplies because I'm not good with them. I'm more a watercolor artist. Different kind of mixing and layering involved there, but we're gonna test it out. I feel like it's gonna spread is my concern. I think this could be exciting. Alright, let me get just like a little empty... There's something in here. Oh, this is where I was creating a spread of my own. The past life spread that no one seemed to ever be interested in. But we can draw out some ideas, work on it here. Now, the one thing I don't know is if we should kind of like go down the normal list, the Rider-Waite-Smith full. I guess we could, like, we'll still theme it around the same thing. And, I don't know, we'll just make our own kind of card out of it. So first volunteer was Garbo, and he wanted a knight army of Garboders. So he has 3 knights he could choose from. We have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of... Why am I drawing a blank? Swords. Well, the Knight of Tysons isn't a thing. I mean, they could be. But this sounds really complicated. We have a very small card to work with. So I guess the first question is, are we using the actual Pokemon Garbodor? Because that might have some copyright issues. Generic trash pile. Do what? Hot cakes? Who? Oh. So pretty much fire, water, air, or earth. What is Garbodor the knight of? Poison. Poison. Poison, poison. What could poison represent? We could do poison cups. We could do poisoned wand tips, like spears. How would you like your poison to be used? Well, I have to come up with the picture. It's not complicated. Well, this sounds more like a Mm, 9 swords,
Yeah. 10 cups
10 cups,
and $11.
and $11. Garbo, you're no help.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I've always wanted to be called no help. Smile.
Smile.
Mm.
I kind of like thinking of the Gigantamax. The Giganta, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
The big O Garbodor. So he's kind of like a trash pile, right? He's just a big trash pile form with things sticking out.
The plane and the building.
It's a boat in a plane. This may be able to turn into something generic enough. He's got a little airplane. That's cute. But that's not really what I was thinking of. Garbodor. He's a ridiculous looking Pokemon.
That's really racist.
Is it? He is kind of ridiculous looking. Because he has like tiny little arm. He's got little Pokemon inside of him too. But I don't know that that's the way to go. You wanted a whole army of Garbodors. Maybe there should just be like a bunch of Trubbishes around him. What's a Trubbish look like? We're just drawing this because we have no other ideas. Trubbish. Oh gosh. Trash pile. He could have like cups or pinnacles inside of him. So let's maybe that's it. Maybe he's got a bunch of chalices hidden in him. Maybe we should have some like dead fish in him because of the water aspect. I don't really understand how these chalices work. But that's like the fish from the cups, from the page of cups. Maybe there's a bird as well. Like the cups card has. This is ridiculous, and we're not making this card.
Why?
It's ridiculous.
What's your idea?
Was it? Let's think about the Seven of Cups card. Hello, hello. We were trying to create tarot cards. And my only input has been from Garbodor so far. Garbodor. Oh, these little gems that are on the Seven of Cups card.
No, you're really good at that. You've been practicing drawing with thick redheads.
Thick redheads at work. Well, the only thing is, like, I wanted to create a deck that we could actually utilize. This was a horrible idea. I realize that now. Hi.
You can't already be disappointed.
I am already disappointed.
We were so excited like 4 seconds ago.
I was excited, but I don't know. I thought I'd have, like, good ideas.
Oh, thick redheads. You know, Queen of
No.
Teacups. You know what I'm saying?
No. The card of butts. The card of thick butts. A Tyson deck. Well, see, look, I thought it would be fun to have input. Like, we actually create a deck from our viewers. Imaginations. First thick redhead tarot deck. We're not doing a thick redhead tarot deck. Melon the guinea pig. A melon with a hat on it as the Queen of Swords. Not a literal guinea pig. Oh, I was really, like, thinking of drawing a guinea pig. I got what you mean. This has potential. We'll see. I did go on, like, a little watermelon kick for a while. I don't know if we would understand, like, if we did a crown made out of melon slices too. The queen, like, the queen melon has made a crown from her people. She seems like a very vengeful queen. So, watermelon crown is a thought here. But she need, I don't know, if she would be a watermelon herself, or maybe she's a different type of melon. I feel like you don't really know melons unless you saw like the outside of the watermelon. That's kind of like the most notable type of melon, you know? Would we notice if it was any other kind of melon? They kind of have little patterns. But we do little watermelon seed eyes. No, that looks kind of creepy, actually. Maybe if we colored them in, they'd be less creepy. Or that'd be more creepy.
Are you answering questions this way too, or just wrong?
I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like her wand, her very clear wand, should have like a little vine coming from it. That might be weird. Like a little watermelon vine. I don't really know what watermelon leaves look like. Oh, they're actually kind of like more like that. This was a bad idea. Alright, I had another idea for this idea. She's kind of like a ruthless queen. Stick with what you know. So I feel like she would be like sitting on top of a broken watermelon.
Isn't she a watermelon?
Yeah.
Watermelon?
Yeah, she's also got a crown made out of watermelons, Garbo.
Messed up.
Yeah. And the watermelon guts all inside. That's all right. I feel like this idea is not really getting anywhere. This will be our little sunflower sun. Because there's not a Queen of Wands card without a sunflower in it. And then the pyramid in the background. Another part of the Queen card. You know what? I like the idea of like, because there's two different sides of this card. So one side being the desert, and then one side being like the little oasis in the background. You sent me ideas. Thanks. Thanks. So your idea was the frog of butts. We do like butt frogs, yeah.
You sniffling?
I am sniffling. I am sick. I am sick. Yes. Garbo coin for the pentacles. The Garbo coin could be the Ace of Pentacles. am scrolling through some different pictures of frogs. Oh gosh. Okay. Don't know how round I want them cheeks. The frog looks nice. You know what? I feel like the Fool could very much be. I think this could work. The cheeky butt frog. I think that could represent the Fool. I think we could do that. I feel like that's fun, that's kind of out there, and that is kind of different than anything else, right? The cheeky butt frog is the Fool. He's not concerned about his cheeky butt. He's just living his life, spontaneous and free. I don't hate it. Do we want to commit to it? I mean, I guess we could always go through these cards, see how it goes, and there's always more decks to buy in the future. The cheeky butt frog. I feel like he also kind of need to have his eyes like this. He needs a cliff to leap from. Well, maybe he is on a cliff, on the edge of a cliff here. Or a lily pad that he's about to leap off of. And like he can't see the water or what's underneath. So it's kind of a different angle. He doesn't see what's around him. I don't know. We don't have to get that deep with it. I guess I don't want it to be too much, like I don't want it to be straight just a copy of the Rider-Waite-Smith cards, right? He leaps from the princess's cliff. You know what? Cheeky butt card. Cheeky butt frog. I don't want it as the Fool. You know who the cheeky butt is of tarot? It's the Magician. Yeah? what we think about the magician instead. Ooh, and then we could have him have spots. Spots. One spot that's a pentacle, one that's a wand, one that's a sword. That's an interesting idea. Frogs are very much about magic. Put a wand in his crack. That might look weird and suggestive. But I kind of like going that direction a little bit more. Maybe that's what we should do. We should create first some kind of animal. I feel like an animal is really the way to go because I feel much more inspired by animals. So maybe we pick an animal and make something silly about it, and then figure out which card it belongs to. Definitely. Oh! And now the whole cringe part of actually drawing. I don't know if this shows up on camera. It does. Okay. It's not supposed to. I guess when you scan things. Okay. I really don't know how these are going to work. So I don't have a whole lot of room to work with. I can make him pretty big, but like not that big. Let me look at the magician card. See what other little details we might want to add in. The infinity sign above his head, I guess that's a must. We have to have the infinity sign. That is important. Another important thing is the Ouroboros, but I don't think it really has a place to fit here. And then I don't know if we want to do the... Well, we have a lily, maybe. I don't know. We could do a little lily in the corner, maybe. And then the rose. That's also important for the magician card, hanging down. You know the infinity? It's kind of like a fly. Maybe we'll make that a fly. It's not supposed to have a consistent theme. It's supposed to be kind of random. I can barely see that. Jesus. I can't see it. Would be bad to get a reference of butt cheeks. And so then the infinity symbol is a fly above his head. Sniffles and Warcraft clicks. Yes, that is the ASMR. What else was I talking about adding? I'm not gonna add the flowers. I don't know. Maybe those can be somehow interpreted in his spots as well. He's very hard to see. I'm not putting a wand in his butt cheeks. I do think I need to accentuate his butt cheeks a little bit more, though. Oh, how'd your stream go? Oh, you know, someone just kept telling me to shove wands in his butt cheeks all night. Okay. Now, the other thing is, I don't know. I really don't know. This is kind of our test card because I don't know how well pens will go on this. I don't know how well markers will go on this. I really don't know. This is kind of all brand new. I can't see my lines. I feel like we need to add a little bit of thickness to the line of his butt. I did not listen to my daily astrology, no. You like cheeky butt frog?
Why is he so happy about being a butt?
He's just cheeky.
Interesting.
You know what this could be? This deck could be about unreal creatures. Unreal. Like, the cheeky butt frog. We're making our own, encyclopedia, I guess, of animals. Now, the next thing is this could completely destroy everything. I do not know how markers will work on this. So we do need kind of a color scheme. I feel like going with maybe more of, I don't know. I would want to go with more of a orange or reddish frog because the magician has those red robes. So we could start easy and maybe choose like the lily pad color. That might be way too dark. I want to keep things a little bit light. Ah, that's like all the same color. I like that first green. That's kind of grown on me now. It's the lightest green that we have. Happy colors, lots of yellow. You're right, there should be yellow. Oh, the other thing that we were thinking of doing, right, is putting different designs in the frog. We could do a yellow frog with red spots. Look at this, the strawberry poison dart frog. So that's kind of interesting. There's also this little red frog that has yellow stripes in it. So let me think, like, what was I thinking? I was thinking of just like, where the heck is, there we go. Like he'd have a stripe on him that's like sword shape. And then one that's kind of more representative of the pinnacles. And then, that's not the right sentiment there. A shape that is wands, that doesn't really add much. Maybe it'll be fiery. And then cups. I guess we could get all of those elements in. So let's see. Here we go. And then we'll just do some random red markings that maybe don't look as bad as I put. And I guess this kind of goes up back on his head too. He also got some little red toesies. And he does have some spots on his legs as well. All right, all right. Gonna have his black little eyeball. And then what colors? What a beat, some copyright free lo-fi for vibes. I don't think I spelled that right. What a beat. What a beat? Hello, Lucia. I think that's the color I want. We are creating tarot cards. Ooh. So, this does seem to reactivate the red. Gotta be a little bit careful with that. It could add a cool effect, but it could also be very frustrating if we're not careful. This is the cheeky butt frog, and he represents the magician. Also, Apple, I didn't see that website you talked about. What a BEET? This may be a sad story, but in my last relationship, I couldn't really make a lot of noise. So I'm like got really used to just doing everything in complete silence. Playing video games with no sound on, watching TV with subtitles on, that kind of stuff. So not having music doesn't really bother me. Oh, what a beat is what about? I got you. I got you. I thought it was an actual website. How is that sound wise? Too loud? Can we hear it at all? Alright. Where's this lily pad green color that I had? We still need to think about, since we started on number 1, we still need to think about what would be good to represent the fool card. What's a animal well known for being a fool? Besides Tyson. Or that just kind of represents what the fool represents. Like something fresh and new and unfamiliar with the world. Pandas are pretty dumb. Honey badgers are vicious. Honey badger is gonna be like the emperor. You don't mess with a honey badger. Pandas are really dumb, though. I kind of like that idea. I keep thinking, you know, the animal most familiar with the fool would probably be like the jackass, right? But then also, this panda can't just be any panda. There's got to be something special about this panda. So we have the cheeky butt frog. We have to make our own species of panda. You know? I don't know why my computer's stuttering. Hopefully that's not, like, interfering with y'all. This marker... These markers are, like, probably 10 years old. If not more. The alcohol seems to be doing some weird stuff in here. Stick of bamboo in the crack. What is with you and sticking things up butts? I feel like this is too dark. Alright, this don't seem too dark. It don't seem dark enough, actually. This is such a generic lily pad. That one? No. It's hard to tell because on paper these show up very differently. Different colored. Alright, that's kind of the color I was looking for. The edge of the lily pad. There we go. Should I add a little bit of redness to his cheeks? Gracefully placed in his butt cheeks. I don't know if I should just do water all around him. Blue's not really the thing for the magician. He ain't really blue. Maybe we could do like muddy water. That might look gross though. I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss of what to do with the water here. I feel like blue would be too much. You think orange water? I'm joking. I don't actually know how to draw water. But this is our frog so far. He's pretty cute. He's pretty cheeky. I'm not disappointed in him. I just have to remember that he represents the magician. We could do like where it's blue. Excuse me. Hi Tyson. We could do where it's like blue and then we have kind of like sun coming into it. I don't know if that would translate very well. And then we have some yellow also coming into it. You know what I mean? We could make it kind of like that. The wand would have been a dead giveaway, just saying. Not necessarily. We could have thought it was any kind of wand. So I kind of like the idea of this gradient of water. I'm not very versed in marker, so I don't know. I guess we'll start with yellow border. Actually, I think I want the brighter yellow. And then moving into the blue. Then I was thinking even leave some splotchiness that would be like white. All right. All right. Is my Tamagotchi streaming the music? We did it though. We made our very first tarot card. He's cute. He's cute. The cheeky butt frog. I'm not disappointed at all in how the markers actually work on the card. I wonder like how worn down it's gonna get over time. Okay, so are we liking the idea of the panda for the fool? I feel like a panda also showing its butt. Like he's fallen over. He might be falling down the cliff, rolling. You hate pandas personally. Very personally. Well, what other animal is stupid? Animals known for being stupid. I guess silly. Not necessarily stupid. Maybe they're just silly. A baby deer on ice. Squirrels? Kind of stupid. Tyson, bro, you good? Tyson. Are you good? A fool is kind of like a monkey. That's kind of silly. I guess I want to think of something that really acts silly. Not necessarily is stupid. I don't know. Tyson! Honey bunny! But that still kind of makes me think of a bear. Like Baloo, carefree, bare necessities. Lemurs, otters are kind of fun. What about otters? Do they seem carefree? Playing in the water? I guess we need something that would be around a cliff though, right? I'm drawing a blank here. Goats. Llamas. Llamas would be by a cliff. But llamas are like, I don't know, I see them as kind of fierce. They're the protectors. Maybe a goat. What do we think about goats? You know, there's those one types of goats that live on super steep cliffs. And if they lose their footing, they'll die. That's kind of sad. Penguins. Penguins jump off of cliffs. They're kind of silly. I don't know. I'm not really feeling very attached to them in any sort of way. Maybe we should go towards the other direction. Maybe we should focus on really any other card. Oh, I just realized that 80 cards is going to be rough. Rough, yeah. Thank you for repeating that. Rough. Let's see. The Empress will need to be somebody who is an animal that is like a really good mother. I feel like the Emperor is gonna be the fierce animal. High Priestess. That'd be difficult too. What's an animal that kind of represents like psychic nature? Like a crow? A sloth. I don't think I'm gonna be able to complete this deck, y'all. This is too hard. You're just naming animals. Well, then our theme also has to be along the lines of the butt frog. So it's like an animal, but like not a real animal. I don't need an interesting looking animal. I want one that you can remember, right? So like all these symbols of tarot, I'm gonna pull this cheeky butt frog, and I'm gonna know it's the magician because he's a cheeky butt. I'm gonna know the fool because he's foolish. I'm gonna know the, like, empress because she's that animal considered a good mother. So, well, yeah, we have to pick an animal that relates. Oh my gosh. You know what's dumb?
Tyson.
Guinea pigs. They are foolish. Oh. Well, I guess the fool is clever too. Well, I feel like whatever animal it is gonna wear the fool hat. So what animal would look good in a full hat? Lemmings. But that's an urban, not an urban legend. That is not true, and they forced those poor lemmings to run off the cliff. It was a very cruel thing.
You can't prove that.
It's actually very sad. So we're still kind of... Panda, I feel like, is a good representative. Okay, but what is different about this panda? What kind of panda is it?
Red.
Oh, the red pandas are cute. But like it's an animal, but it's different. Are we not understanding this concept?
Where?
Oh.
Are you Hufflepuff?
Yeah. He has a bamboo wedged in his butt crack. Son of a gun. I don't want my entire tarot deck to be about animals with things wedged in their butts. Or about butts.
What are you talking about?
Oh gosh. Yes, yes. Your mind is only focused on butts. I feel like we need to keep this card out so people who are just kind of wandering around might see it and get interested. I can barely breathe. A one crack mind. So, my first thought, a baby hippo.
Yay.
Well, with our cliffside, right? And maybe the panda is dropped his bamboo in the water. No, he's really carefree though. He don't care about nothing. How do a panda think it'd make more sense if he was like laying on his back and he got his big belly and he's just kind of eating his bamboo at the edge of this cliff because he's dumb. A penguin on ice cliff looks at an orca in the water. Like he gonna risk it and jump. Oh no, the bamboo fell out his crack. Well, listen, you said that all we had to do was choose the animal and then we would make it special somehow. So again, we're on the panda right now. We're still focusing on panda, being foolish. That's still where my head is. But there needs to be something special about this species of panda. Listen, Pigeon, listen. And what would this version of a panda be called? Because all these cards cannot be cheeky butts. So we could have a panda just sitting here enjoying the sunset with the bamboo sticking out his butt cheeks. Panda upside down. Shake a bamboo pole. Oh, the disappointment I feel.
What?
Disappointment.
Why?
So I guess the stupid thing about this panda, why he's special, he is a cliff panda. And pandas shouldn't live on cliffs, but this panda does live on cliffs, okay? Do pandas live on cliffs? I don't know. I give up. This may have been the worst idea I've ever had. Another idea I had. Is a panda just sort of relaxing himself at the edge of this cliff, not realizing the peril danger that he's in because he's at the edge of this cliff. And maybe there's bamboo here and he's just staring at this bamboo. I don't really know how bamboos look, but we'll figure it out. And he's just simply the cliff panda who lives a very short life on the cliffs because eventually he'll fall down. I kind of like the idea of the sunglasses, though. How does a panda wear sunglasses? I don't know if this looks like sunglasses. Might not look like sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know where a bear gets sunglasses. Do we see this? Do we see this panda bear wearing sunglasses at the edge of the cliff? Just chilling. And why do I like the idea of the sunglasses? Because traditionally the sun would be on this side. And we don't care about the sun, we ignore the sun. So I feel like the sunglasses sort of work thematically for the full card. So I can see this idea. Still no clue what bamboo looks like. It's kind of tall. and got so many little leaves to it. Those leaves would be a pain in the butt to draw. I guess they actually come off like the sides of them too. All right. So, with this idea of the cliff panda, representing the fool. How do I fit this on here? I don't know. This may be harder than I planned. So maybe more like this. Maybe his little hand's actually dangling off the cliff. Or maybe we should have like an actual circle here. Don't know if I can translate sunglasses very well. Definitely not as cute as I originally thought. Okay. I kind of see a shape taking form here. I don't know about these sunglasses, though. Alright. I realize I'm, like, not on screen at all. Okay. If he had a rocket popsicle, even more carefree. How does the full sun look? Oh, thanks for all of that. I didn't really leave room to write his words. Rock. Panda. Poor planning, but it does say Rock Panda. He's cute. I don't hate him. I don't hate where we've gone with this. Through all the indecision. It's almost like he's wearing like a shirt that don't quite fit him. We could think of that. You like it? Thanks. It was a difficult journey to get here. We could still... I don't know. Winnie the Pooh vibes. I was thinking we could still put his hand out here eating something. But I don't know what. I mean, you said popsicle. I just don't know how well it's going to look. Are they not Rocket Pops anymore? They're called firecrackers now. I don't know how that would quite look. He'd have to have his little paw and what, just place it in his head? Well, I guess he could be grasping it. I don't know why I thought that. Grasping his little popsicle. I just don't think it'll translate well. Melting popsicle. So he could have his little popsicle that's like starting to melt. That looks weird. Maybe not do the popsicle. That would be a melty popsicle. One of those that has the little things on it. And we could just make it rainbow colored, I guess. If we wanted it to be, I guess it could be like at least like red, white, and blue. I don't know, that might be a little weird. Or maybe go like the route of a melting ice cream cone. Maybe it's a bear? A bear that's sort of melting? You know? And like its eyeballs are like mismatched. Still don't know if people would understand it. the ice cream cone may be the way to go. We don't have a whole lot of room. But I was thinking at least you could give it like a waffle cone, and then we would kind of know what it is. And then he would be holding it. Well, see, my problem is the panda has a big old paw, and so it's gonna be hard to hold something with a little stick. And I feel like a popsicle won't necessarily translate well. I don't know. Any input, Garbo? We're thinking of having the panda holding a popsicle that's melting. Right? But I was thinking maybe an ice cream cone would work better. No. I kind of like the look of this popsicle. I could have his little tongue sticking out, licking it. Aww. Alright. I don't hate this. Can you see this? Can you see this? I don't hate this. All right. Now the popsicle can be any color we want it to be. Let me find a little pink for his tongue. Ah, the markers are falling out. That might be too pale. I'm kind of just going in it with this, I didn't really think about the bamboo color. think that's a good fool's cliff color. Should we do a blue popsicle to kind of match the waves that I just put in real quickly? I want a dark gray. Ah, that's what I want. But not quite black. Are the inside of Panda's ears black?
Yeah.
Do you actually know, or are you just saying yeah?
Of course I know. Maybe everything.
Yeah, they are actually. You're right, Garbo. There was something else I was going to ask about, but I forgot. Alright, I don't hate where we've gone with this. I don't hate it. The great Cliff Panda debate. He's cute. Okay. I guess his sky should be yellow, right? The full sky is yellow, right? Yeah. Oh, my other only other thing I was thinking of was there we go. Not a rock for my. God damn it! It's a cliff panda, not a rock panda. Shit!
Good.
No, I misnamed him. That's alright. It just adds to the stupidity, I guess. Right? I can't believe I did that. Maybe he's not supposed to be on this cliff. Maybe that's the moral of the story. Dummy! You're out of your element. I can't believe I did that. Shit. That's what I get. And here we look upon the rock panda, who spends much of his time on the cliffs next to the seaside. But he forgets where he belongs and is often found in more rocky environments. Now it has become a funny joke, because no one will ever understand why he is a rock panda and not a cliff panda. I still like him though. Rocks for brains, panda. Yes. Exactly. That's the color I used. I need something darker. Maybe something not so dark. Yeah, probably more like that. Thank you. All right. Rock Panda. Obviously. You can't live on bamboo. The only bad thing about these markers is the streakiness. But not much you can do for that. Alright, so that's what we've got. Our first two cards, the Rock Panda, representative of the Fool, and the Cheeky Butt Frog, representative of the Magician. For our tarot deck we are creating. I think we should call that a night. Unless you can quickly think of what would represent a High Priestess. Oh, I know what would represent a High Priestess. Yeah, I do like kind of like the artsy quality of it. What is this bird? Thanks for the follow. My music kind of going in and out on me. Hello. We drew it on another stream. What was it called? I don't remember what it was called. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. What do you think? What animal would represent the High Priestess? Not the platypus. I feel like it's gotta be... I know this bird. Because I drew it before. It is... Oh, the secretary bird! The secretary bird. I feel like that is so High Priestess energy. This is the secretary bird. But we have to make it our own. So it has to be more than just the secretary bird. The high bird. Because the High Priestess, that's stupid. Looks like a high school English teacher. The teacher bird. Professor bird. She likes books. Library bird. The librarian. We could just call her the librarian. I feel like that could be seen as an insult. Caked up teacher bird. So I think the book is the important part. Well, I guess it's a scroll that she has, not a book. But we're gonna go with the book. And the moon needs to be in there somehow. The pillars are very important, but I feel like the pillars don't really work here. So maybe the book has the pillars on the cover. B and J. So that's an interesting idea there. Caked up teacher bird. We're just going to put a pin on that. She's got these crazy long eyelashes. Calling it a she. Well, I mean, it's the high priestess for us. I just like the idea of these feathers being like the headdress. Right? The scroll held by the High Priestess is many tarot decks, especially the Rider-Waite deck, bears the letters Torah, the symbols the Torah, the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible. Represents concept of divine law and the Akashic records, which are believed to hold the memory of past, present, and future. The High Priestess is associated with intuition, hidden knowledge, and the subconscious. I feel like oh no, the High Priestess has these blue robes. Maybe we'll just make her blue. This bird. And I don't know where I'm going here, I really don't. The headdress is the moon phases. The moon phases. Okay, okay. So we have the full moon. And then what? It would go this way. This way. We got the half moon. And then we have a smaller moon. Smaller moon. So there. Now we got a headdress that has moon phases. So we can see that represented there. The pillars. The pomegranates. Maybe we should just have a bunch of half-eaten pomegranates. Would that make any sense? Pomegranate. Or would that be like too much? Maybe we should just have like a couple of pomegranates here. I don't really know how to do... Let's see. that. Give her some stockings. I kind of want to maybe go more this direction, potentially, but still like where we can still see the phases of the moon. Right? I just feel like that'll be a more interesting look here. And then I think we'll have to probably just do her laying down because we can't fit how long these legs are. It's kind of ridiculous. A peacock might be better. But the peacock is... The female peacock is very different from the male peacock, right? And we don't want the high priestess being represented by a male peacock. So it actually doesn't work. If you think about it. So I still like the idea of her holding the book. And, you know, Tyson, of course. You was testing me. I wonder if instead of, like, the moon? No. Well, I want the pomegranates. Well, heck. So we could do the pomegranates here. And then maybe on the other side we could do eggs. I don't know if that would make sense. And I don't know. I'm not sold on this idea. Not sold on it. And it may just be because Tyson's in my way. The Dilophosaurus. What animals eat pomegranates? Let's do that. Since pomegranates are very significant in some different cards. Meerkats. Oh, meerkats. Monkeys. Squirrels. Deer. Deer would be good. I think a deer would look very suiting for a high priestess type. Groundhogs, raccoons. Dolphinsauruses eat pomegranates. And so do hippie chicks. Okay. So I do like the idea. I do like the idea of a deer and the high priestess. But again, what would be special about this deer? What are those weird little small rodent animals that look like little deers that I really don't like? Never mind, because I don't like them. Oh, sorry. So, would it be weird to have a baby deer as the high priestess? Because I feel like, yeah, they don't have, like... you wouldn't consider them, like, wise, I guess. They haven't had much experience. I don't know. But still, we need the something special. White doe, ethereal, elusive, represents purity, intuition, and the divine feminine in many myths. So that makes sense, the white deer. But, again... Ooh, we can... What about the crescent deer? Okay, where am I going with this? The crescent deer? The crested deer, maybe. Maybe this deer in particular, has a crest like the secretary bird. I don't know. Just throwing out some thoughts here. What is special about this deer? I don't even know if I know how to draw deers. Can't say that I've ever drawn a deer before. They kind of have big noses. It's very strange. I like a deer with some big old ears, though. So my first little idea of what a deer looks like. Here we go. Maybe his ears could look like pomegranates. Ugh, that's more horrible looking on my screen than I realized. All right. So. We could go with something more like a reindeer. Because don't female reindeers have antlers? Right? I'm not making that up, right? And then I feel like we could still go with the kind of the moon idea that we had. So like maybe these come together to make the middle moon, like a big circle here. And then the other antlers come out like that. That may be too difficult to interpret. And then at her feet could be some pomegranates. Looks masculine with the antlers, yeah. Kinda. Well, Alright, so I have another idea. Well, I believe that reindeers drop their antlers, so they do grow big, but eventually they fall off, if I'm not mistaken. So then the other idea I'm thinking is we could have the reindeer here laying down. I'm just sort of thinking about how this looks not quite any actuality of it. All right, and then possibly like we could do some spots on the back that represent the moon phases, right? And then she could have her pomegranates out here like she'd been eating on them. And then maybe she is still in between the pillars. Our black and white pillars. And then she'll still be a white deer. What did I say though? That pos. What was special about this deer? She was the crescent deer. That's right, never mind. The crescent deer. And so then maybe even so, this big crescent moon that's on the High Priestess card is on her head. Potentially. Maybe. So how are we liking that? And then we can make her white with maybe some light blue shadows. So then we have the white and the blue of the robes. Give her a can of crescent rolls, just like sitting next to her. Okay, so dark forest to light forest. Oh, hi Kingmaker. We are creating our own tarot cards. So we have the Fool and we have the Magician, and now we're working on the High Priestess. Well, the Fat Pooter Tarot. Okay. Running from a forest fire for the tower card. We could also just do like a big circle on the head. That may be weird. Like she got a target on her head. I don't know. We could kind of do this, I guess, on the head. We're not doing crescent rolls. And on her butt as well. And so your thoughts here are like, we have a dark forest, so we're kind of in shadow, and then we're moving towards a more light forest. Now, the only problem is our card going this way. We don't have a whole lot of room, so I may end up having to actually, like, cut off the butt. Or find a different way to lay her down. So, like, coming down here, kind of break, and then we're going kind of from dark to light, and then this is still dark, and then this is a little bit lighter but still kind of dark, and then completely white like that. I don't know how well I can do that with these markers. Well, we'll see what happens. It may be a mess. The deer is white, remember? So if we have, I think blue and white, light blue and white are gonna be like the colors, right? So we'll have the light blue as like the shadow for the deer. And I guess then we'll have the maybe the dark blue, and then we'll maybe move to a even darker blue. Like that, and then the rest will be white, and then maybe like dark blue in the background. Like that. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. You think black or light gray? I don't know, I like the moon. I mean, I like the blue. I'm the color expert, but I kind of like where you're going with this. Okay, I can see something happening here. The next thing is framing it on this card. And what is her name? She's called the Crescent Deer, right? That's what we decided on. Crescent. That's what I decided on. Crescent Deer. Okay. And then we'll have these pomegranates. They're going to be like the red color. So I feel like they'll really pop. So I kind of like that idea. All right. Okay. Okay. And then we had the idea of doing kind of the phases of the moon here. All right. No Pillsbury Doughboys, by the way. I was like, where's that pen that I've been using this whole time? I stop breathing when I'm doing this. wallpaper. Oh, hello. Thanks for the raid. We are making our own tarot cards. So we are creating animals. We have the Fool, who is the rock panda so far. Don't mind that he's on a cliff and not by rocks. And then we have the Magician, who is the cheeky butt frog. That's what we're working on. And then our next one is our High Priestess, who is the crescent deer. Pigeon Insta. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Just so we know, I do take some input from the audience. And this was one of the submissions for the crescent deer. Thank you, Apple. Thank you. I like that it says 8 rolls. I'm not sure specifically what the 8 rolls is about, but yeah. Okay. I'm not quite sure how to draw a pomegranate, so I'm kind of struggling here. I mean, I kind of know. I'm not sure how I want to draw it here. Maybe I'll just do the little spiky things coming up here. And we'll all know that this is a pomegranate. Okay. And then we want one that is... Well, I guess I could do some pomegranate leaves too. Out here. And then one that's open. Don't want to put too many dots. We'll do some little tiny seeds here. All right. That's what we got. That's what we got so far. You're really proud of the crescent deer that you sent me? Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be like the most difficult one as far as coloring goes. And again, the deer is white, but I'm not great when it comes to shadow and stuff like that. Shadow, light. So we're kind of winging it here. I'm gonna probably follow this pretty closely. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, guys. I do wonder... I think I will do, like, this entire back slot here, the dark blue. So I think I will go ahead and do that. I really like the blues that we chose here. Even though we know this will be a little bit streaky. The alcohol in this marker is pretty bad. It's actually coming out pretty badly. Again, these markers are like 10 years old. They have not been well loved. Ah, shit, already fudged up. Oh, that's alright. Ah, I can't believe. Ah, I didn't leave the space for the light to come in. That's alright, we'll just have to darken that up even more in the background. We'll figure it out, we'll work with it. I can't believe I forgot. I can't believe I forgot. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the inside of the ears blue. That'll be a starting point. Get some color down so I'm less afraid. Biscuit Priestess, no. No, I'm not labeling it Biscuit Priestess. I guess this entire pillar. Well, not this entire pillar. This is why, ugh, I hate that I messed up here. Okay. So, we were kind of thinking that light would come down this way and come down this way. Maybe more of an angle. So we'll darken this a little bit. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Now, I think I'll just do... Well, heck, I don't know for sure. Shall we bring in a different color of blue? I think so. This may not have been a good shade of blue to start with. But I guess let's save our judgments until I've finished the whole thing. Okay. And then what were we thinking? We were thinking to leave that white. Is that bad? Did I fudge that up? I don't think I can make it work. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Honestly, I might actually like it a little bit. I need to just do the pomegranates, and I think that'll just be that missing little piece here. Honestly. Is that too bright pink? Eeh. Oh, this one is bad. But this, I think, is the color I need for my pomegranate. Then I want something a little bit darker for the actual seeds. And that might be too dark for us to really pick up on the detail there. But that's alright. There is a little bit of orange, but I think it's a little bit too late to put that orange in there. Kind of still works. And then maybe a little bit of a darker color. Okay, and then the green little leaves. Green little leafies. Okay. Alright. Alright, I don't hate it. I don't hate it. She's cute. She's cute. She's different. She's definitely the right color scheme. I have a visitor. No, I don't. What are you talking about? The person that keeps saying hi. Anyways, that's what we've got. I think that'll be the end for this stream. We've got 3 cards out of 78 done. The Fool, the Magician, and the High Priestess. I like them. I like them. Y'all, okay. I think I really do like them. Okay. Turned out better than anticipated, especially after we started the beginning of this stream. And this may be, I don't know. I don't know if anyone's interested in continuing this. We will finish this deck, but it may be a long time if nobody wants to participate. I think I need to just type it up. I need to get people on board. Let people know what we're doing. And maybe we'll get more people that want to join in. Alright. Yeah, I'm happy with it. I am happy where we went with this. It was a struggle. Thanks, Apple. That's very kind of you to say. I will probably get on my other channel tomorrow. The one that doesn't work. And do some different animals. Panda is just ridiculous. The butt frog is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. I love it. I love it though. Alright. Thank you. Thank you though. Hanging in. Chilling. Participating. I appreciate it. My queue was not open, but I was going to be willing to offer readings. I didn't really know how it would go with this, but maybe we'll just do normal readings, and during those times where no one's in here, we'll just work on a card or something to get it done. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I want this whole deck done. Anyways, thank you so much, and good night.